Welcome, everyone, to the Pet Love and Healing Show. My name is Catherine. These little ears belong to my buddy, Mr. Ping, and we are so excited to be here live with all of you. Happy Wednesday or whatever day this finds you. So my name is Catherine. I am an animal communication specialist and a Tao Healing practitioner, which means that I connect with our beloved animal companion friends on the level of heart and soul and receive their wisdom, their message through my spiritual channels. And as a practitioner, I can facilitate positive shifts for you and your pet using all the tools that I have acquired over the last decade. So we're here today for a very special episode. We are going to bring love and light and appreciation and much, much more to all of our animal companions and the people that love them who have crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So I know a lot of people actually going through this right now where their animals have transitioned or gone over the Rainbow Bridge to heaven. Yes, and it can be so difficult because really our animal companions, they're our family, they're our loves. It's such a special and unique relationship that we have. It's such an amazing connection, very different, right, than any other connection. And I've been learning this over the years as I have connected to a lot of people and offered support to them as they're healing through this loss of their pet, because we know that they really are in our hearts forever and ever and ever. But to not have that physical presence of the unconditional love that they offer us in every moment can be really, really challenging and missed very much and painful. So today we're going to bring love and light to everyone who's gone through that. And even if you haven't, I know you understand this loss can be big if you have an animal companion, or even if you don't. You can offer love and light to those who have. So we're going to spend today doing that on a very special episode. I have a special guest. And of course, we have the buddy of the week who we will reveal. And he is going to be who we're focusing on for this show. We're going to be bringing lots of love and light. Ping is very present. He doesn't usually do this, but he knows that this is very important. So take a moment, if you know anyone who you feel like could benefit from joining us today or tomorrow or whenever they can watch the replay, feel free to share this. Share this on your Facebook page in a private message with a friend, because I know there's a lot of people who want to connect in this way. And, the support, the grief support for when we lose an animal is uniquely different, than when we go through it, when we lose a family member that's more human. When we lose a family member or a friend, I know there is the support out there, but I think it can be a little bit harder to find. So I want people to know that I'm here to offer this support. So if you have experienced this, please join us today, because I'm going to take everybody through some practices, some different techniques and things that you can use to help. I have very special classes coming up and different things that I offer to help facilitate this support for those who are grieving the loss of an animal companion. So I send all my love to you and I welcome you for this very, very special show. So in that, actually, let's connect. Let's take a moment to connect to our hearts. If you have a moment to sit with me, that's great. I'm going to sing a little love, peace, harmony, just to really create that connection before I bring on my guests and our special buddy of the week. So this is a really amazing practice that I like to use to help ground myself and help connect to my heart emotionally and bring that peace, that inner peace. So you can follow along with me if you'd like to. I'm going to put one hand on my heart and one hand on my lower abdomen. And I'm going to take a moment to connect to what I connect to as source, love, and light. And I would like you to do the same. And it can be whatever it is that you find that connection in. It's going to be different for all of us. And when we bring this connection to the group, the collective like this, it can be so powerful. So breathe in this and imagine this light radiating from 360 degrees into your being. For me, it's about negative four degrees here and it's snowing. So I'm going to visualize the sunlight hitting the beautiful snow, reflecting and radiating to my being. And let's include our animal companions. So whether they are still on earth with you or not, you can connect to their love and the love you have for them. And bring this light to that connection. And we're going to say hello. So dear, the soul, heart, mind, and body of, and you can name your animal companion. And if that's too much, you just say, dear, and you name them. So dear, the soul, heart, mind, and body of Mr. Ping, that's my dog who you just saw. I love you. Excuse me. Honor you and appreciate you. I humbly ask you to please connect to my heart. Please come and be with us on the heart and soul level. Follow along in these practices so that you can receive the benefits and the upliftment. We're so grateful. Thank you. And now I'm going to sing this song, a love, peace, harmony, that I really love to use with the animals. It's kind of my go-to. And it carries this beautiful frequency and vibration from the source. And it was created to serve in this way. It's a free song to everyone. Not just me uses it. There's people all over the world who use it for different things. But what I've noticed is the animals, because they communicate through frequency and vibration, connect to the song in a very special way. So let's sing it together. If you don't know the words, it's okay. Just connect and follow along in your heart. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. Excuse me. So now let's focus on our animal companions and visualize this beautiful ball of light radiating in their being as we sing this. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. Beautiful. Take a breath. I love that tool. It's a free tool. It's a nonprofit foundation. So if you want to download the song, that's where you can go. lovepeaceharmony.org. Okay. So now I'm going to bring on my guest. First, I'm going to show you the buddy of the week, and then I'm going to bring on his companion. This buddy of the week is very special. He did recently cross the Rainbow Bridge, so he's not on Earth with us anymore. But I was connecting earlier to him and his human just a few minutes before we started this show, And I could feel the special connection that's very, very much still alive. And I could definitely feel that he will have some very special messages to share, not only with each of us, but to his beloved human companion as well. So let's announce the buddy of the week. Excuse me, is Jin the cat. And this is our beloved Jin right here. Let's see, where is that? Okay. No. All right. There we go. So this is our beloved special one. So send him lots of love. He's an angel now. You can see how special he is. You can just feel. So just connect to his heart. And he's going to be sharing some messages and different things with us later on. And we're going to be offering his human companion some blessings as well to help her through this process. This is very recent that he has transitioned. And as any of you know, who have said goodbye physically to an animal companion, it can be really, really, really difficult, especially when you have such a special connection to them. So I want to go ahead and bring on Samantha, who has really, really graciously and very bravely agreed to come be with us today. So when I show her picture, when she comes on and joined us, let's all take a moment to just send her lots and lots of love and compassion for her, and appreciation for her being brave to come on and share her story and receive a live reading and blessings to help support her. So welcome, Samantha. Thank you so much for joining us. So Samantha's in South Africa. So we actually pre-recorded this show so that she wouldn't have to wake up in the middle of the night to do it live. So welcome, Samantha. Thank you so much for joining us today. How did that feel to see Jin's picture? Yeah, yeah. So Samantha is experiencing, still in that pain of that loss. It's very, very new. Less than a week or 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Week. A week today. Oh, yeah. Oh, we send you lots and lots and lots of love. So we're going to do our best to help Samantha today. Um, you know, I do a lot of these connections where I've noticed over the years when you hear a message from your animal companion that's crossed over, it can bring a lot of healing because what we're doing is we're connecting to them on the purest level, which is that level of heart and soul, and we're going to receive his message. And when I connect to him on the soul level and he brings through his message, it really is also a blessing because the message, although it's coming through me and I am a human, but I do my best to get out of the way because I don't want to interfere with the love and the message. And sometimes it's even overwhelming because I can feel the love coming through and it's so powerful. um, but it comes with their love and their blessing and that connection. So if there's anything that gets shared that doesn't quite make sense today, Samantha, you can just kind of let it go. This will be recorded so you can watch it again. You can kind of let it go. And when that information needs to serve you, it will come because I've noticed sometimes when they have their opportunity, they want to share a lot. And sometimes it doesn't quite make sense to us yet. So I think what's helpful is to stay connected to what does connect to you and what you can feel. And because I've gotten calls like weeks and months later, even a year later, that's like, oh, I understand what that means now, but they didn't right away. And especially when you're in the emotion of this very recent loss. So sending you all my love. And I wondered if you wanted to share if there's any thing specific you want to ask Jin or know about in our communication. Is there anything specific that you feel like you want to know or you want to ask? Yeah, that's hard. Well, I can already feel that he knows that, and, I'm happy to connect and and offer this to you as well. We'll see what he has to share with you. And I appreciate you sharing that because, sometimes this is something that we have to do for our animals as a system and crossing over, and it's a unique decision that we don't have to make in any other really any other way. Even with humans, they decide, right, if they want to be ahead of time sometimes. Some people might have had to make this decision for a loved one, and I know it's very difficult, but it's quite common for our animal companions, and it can bring up a lot of stuff for people. So, any of the guilt or anything you're feeling is a really normal reaction to wondering if you did the right thing, if they were okay, if he's mad at you about it, because it's that instant, like you feel like you're doing the right thing, so you do it. And then when we play that role, it can be really hard for us because we don't communicate with them in the same way. Like you could ask me and I could let you know, so I appreciate you bringing that up. I know that a lot of people watching this can relate to that for sure. So I was wondering if you would be willing, before we hear from him, to do a little forgiveness practice. And great. Thank you so much. So I'll guide. You can just do it silently along. And all of you at home can also do this. And it may sound funny kind of to do a forgiveness practice, but what we were just talking about is some of those emotions that aren't positive, right? It can feel like that negative emotion that kind of haunts us almost, keeps us in that cycle of just like, did I do the right thing? Is he okay? Did I harm him? All of those feelings of guilt. And that's not even, that's even a little bit different than the grief and the sadness. It all kind of blends together, but it's a unique component that you're experiencing right now. And so a lot of people feel this, even if they don't assist their animal companions in transitioning, even if they die naturally, it's still something that comes up for people, I've noticed. So, doing forgiveness is really a way of letting go of that on whatever level we can. It's really a way to bring more peace to your heart and to kind of let go of that negativity that I've noticed people can actually carry it around for decades. And it does affect us. It affects our relationships, it can affect our health, it can affect many things. So, I also think if we do it, it'll help open up that connection deeper to connect to his love, and that is what's gonna heal your heart, right? Is to be able to know. And to lots of times I get guided to do this forgiveness practice with people before they deliver their message, because then we're peaceful and more peaceful and clear so that we can really receive their love and their wisdom much more deeply. Okay, so everybody at home can follow along with us. And I'm also going to do it. And I have done this with all the pets that I've ever had in this life. And it's really amazing what has come up for me, like that I didn't even realize that I felt so guilty. When I was young, I had a pet bird who was so precious, but I was really young and I didn't take care of him properly. Not because I didn't love him, I just, I really didn't. And I didn't realize that I was carrying around that guilt for so long until I started doing this practice and actually feeling it release. And it was really amazing what shifted for me. So, everybody at home, even if your animal companion is still with you, this is an important practice to do. And you can join me every Friday. I do just this practice. It's called the Love and Forgiveness Show. And we focus on doing this practice. So, you can always join me then too. All right, Samantha, sending you lots of love. Thank you for being so willing. So we'll ask Jin again. Dear beloved Jin, we love you so much. Please come, please connect to Samantha's heart, to her love. And I'm just gonna, let's see. I might mute you, Samantha, because I hear a little reverb. Is that okay? Yeah, okay. There we go. Maybe you can still hear me, right? Yes, okay. Okay, so dear beloved Jin, we love you so much. Please come and share your love with Samantha. Please connect to her heart, feel her love, her gratitude, and share your love, forgiveness, compassion, and any messages you have for her today. Please join and follow along for this forgiveness practice so that you can receive the benefits and to deeply connect to Samantha in that very special love that you share together. Thank you. So just very softly visualize the light in your heart. We'll visualize the light in your pet's heart. Just visualize them shining at each other. And we'll say, Dear Jin, and you can name your animal companion at home, and all souls whom my ancestors and I have created or shared any negativity in any way with you through our words, our thoughts, our actions. We deeply and sincerely apologize and humbly ask for your forgiveness. And now, if there's something specific you want to mention, you can go ahead and silently or out loud ask for forgiveness for that. So, we don't always know what to do for our pets or what they need or what they want. So we can say, please forgive me for any time I did not understand what you needed, or if I did the wrong thing, or I did not support you in the way that you needed. I deeply apologize. I love you with all of my heart, and I would never want to hurt you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we will offer forgiveness, because even though it may not be something they did, we're hurting, and there could be things that created disharmony because they teach us lessons in a very special way. Sometimes that doesn't feel good to us. So we'll say, and I forgive you for any mistake or any negativity you ever created for me in any way, in any lifetime. I forgive you unconditionally. And I forgive myself. I forgive myself for any mistake that I've made in any lifetime. You can close your eyes and just visualize this light in your heart. I forgive myself for any mistake I've made related to, you can name your animal companion. I know I'm doing my best and I'm learning and I'm growing and I will make mistakes. I love myself and I forgive myself. I forgive you. You forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. You forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. You forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. So let me take a moment to breathe in the light and release it. Whatever messages are not serving you at this time, you can practice really letting them go. So breathing in the light of the greatest forgiveness. Release. This time, when we exhale, we're going to say greatest forgiveness. So breathing in the love and light. Greatest forgiveness. Do it 3 times. Greatest forgiveness. Breathing in again. Greatest forgiveness. I forgive you. You forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Take a moment to really open your heart and receive that gift of forgiveness. On the soul level, I truly believe that we all want to forgive each other, and especially our animal companions, because of their unconditional love. They do not want us to be suffering. Okay. So take a moment and check in with your heart and see how you're feeling. And we're going to check in with Samantha and see if she has noticed any shift. How are you feeling, Samantha? Oh, good. All right, perfect. So we're going to, it looks like you're you're a little dark, so we're gonna move to a brighter spot. So I'll take you off the screen and we'll see you in a brighter spot in just a moment. Okay. So this is an important practice to do, and you can do this very privately on your own. And again, you can join me every Friday. And this Friday, we are going to, again, focus on helping ourselves to really let go of any guilt that we might feel. You know, I've had sessions with people where it's been like 10 years they've been holding on to this. And I myself realized that even from childhood, I had felt really guilty about my bird, and really wished that I would have taken better care of him. I've had animals where I moved out of the country, so I had to find them a new home. And even that, I didn't realize I was carrying around a lot of guilt. Even though they were very happy where they were, They were just fine. um, I felt like I had abandoned them. Um, and I loved them. I still love them so much. So connecting to this practice and doing this regularly actually is what really opened my heart to receive my dog that I have now with me, my buddy. Um, and I know sometimes I've heard people say, when they lose their animal, they just can never have another animal companion because it's just too painful. And I understand that. I do. But really, when we can help ourselves to release some of that, it doesn't mean that we don't miss them or we don't still wish they were with us. Um, but it releases that negativity around it, where we're kind of beating ourselves up over and over and over again every time we think of them. Then when we think of them, it becomes painful. And really, what we want to do is connect to the love and everything they gifted us when they were with us, because that gift is still there. And that love is still very much alive and will never actually ever be broken. But it's challenging when they're not physically with us anymore. And I get that. Okay. All right. So it looks like Samantha is back, brighter. Let's see. Oh, yes, we can see you better now. What time is it there in South Africa? It's right. So we're like a 9-hour time difference. Beautiful. Aw. Well, I'm glad you're in a little more peaceful place. Was that kind of a shift for you? Could you feel it? Good. Good. And you're ready to hear beloved Jin's message. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to bring him back on because I would love for everyone to get a chance to connect to him while we receive the message. And for those of you who haven't joined me before, let's see. Those of you who haven't joined me before, I'll just share really quickly how I connect. It's on that level of heart and soul, the level that our animals show us. It's very much alive and well, but it's going to be through my spiritual channels. So I'm connecting to the information, the message, the spirit of Jin, and asking him to share anything he would like to share with Samantha at this time. And some of the things Samantha asked is how he felt and if, he was okay and if he knew she loved him very much. And so we're gonna open our hearts to receive that. And then he also probably will have a message for all of us. Um, we've been planning this for a while. Actually, we meant to do it last week, which is all in perfect timing, I think, because it was a week ago that he transitioned. So I've been connecting to him over the last week, and I know that he will share beautiful, beautiful messages. So the way that the animals like to share through me is they show me images or they give me information in like a sense, a knowing sense, or sometimes I hear spiritually. And also, they like to use my voice to share their message. I feel like that's probably how Jen's gonna, it can be all of those things at once, also. So, we're gonna really hold our space. Everybody send Samantha lots of love. Everybody send Jen lots of love. We're gonna bring Jen's picture back on. And I'm gonna let Samantha kind of have her moment while the message is being delivered. And then we'll see if she feels like sharing afterwards how this felt for her. Okay, so let's bring beloved. Whoops. Oh no, I just made him disappear. Hold on just a second. We'll bring him back. Okay. There he is. Okay, perfect. All right. So, dear beloved Jin, we love you, we honor you, and appreciate you so much. Please come. Please borrow my mouth and offer your love and communication, wisdom, and guidance to your beloved Samantha and everyone who is watching. We're so grateful. How, dearest, my Samantha, I love you with all of my heart. There is nothing that you can do or say that would change this in any way, in any realm. I am still with you in your heart. I do not blame you. I am not upset with you. I am sorry that that was such a difficult decision for you to make. I know in my heart that we will see each other again. Were you with him, Samantha, when he transitioned? Yeah, that's what he showed me. He showed me it was so peaceful and she was giving me so much love. And even in that moment, he was trying to comfort you. And his soul was, he really was comforting you. And all of his angels were around him, many of them. And it was not painful for him. And he actually had a moment right before where he surrendered to it. So there was also not a fight. And you talked to him, you told him what was happening, and he knew that was a difficult decision for you. And he feels so sorry for you for that. And he says, I know you would never hurt me. And you had him since he was a kitten? Oh, and how old was he? Oh, he was only 13 months when he transitioned? Yeah. It's interesting because he told me 13, but he feels like a very old soul. So I thought maybe he was 13 years, but only 13 months. Yeah. He said, I lived a short life, but I lived a very loved life. Was he sick? Do not worry about what has happened. I know this is hard for you, but it is something that you and I decided together. And you felt this in your heart, or you would not have done it. You were trying to keep me from suffering, and this is your love to do something so painful for yourself to help spare me the suffering. So he's showing me a star, and he says, all the stars in the skies are shining for you in this moment. And it's like an orchestra of light that's just coming in. He knows how much you loved him. And I think that was clear by what he said. And he just said, I know I was your bestest boy. I was. Do you have other animals in your house? They miss him too, huh? Well, they're comforting you. Yeah. Yeah. They can feel that. They can feel it. So just take a moment, Samantha, to just close your eyes. He just wants you to feel his love. So he's just going to channel his love through and you can just receive it. Oh. I just heard him say, there's no place I'd rather be than in your arms. And I don't know if he was very cuddly, but he is showing me a picture. I don't know if you have a photo of you holding him, but he's showing me this picture, this image. And he said, if you could, have it framed or something nice to connect to his love. So when you look at it, you can connect to him and still connect to his love because he wants to be a part of your life still. And, the thing about doing things on the soul level, I'm going to see you a little bigger here. Things, the thing about doing things on the soul level is like there's no time or space, and soul always is alive and exists, no matter where it's embodied or how. So it's this information field, it's this um, spirit. And so when you look at the picture and you connect to that love and that feeling that you had in that image or just in that moment, he receives that love. And that can be so nourishing for him. And it can really help him on his journey, whether you're together physically or not. This is the power of doing the work on this level, is that connection never actually ceases. It's always there. Um, do you connect to do you believe in like past lives and stuff like that? Yeah. So you like recognized him on a level that I don't know if you know that or not, but that's what I'm hearing. Um, so you've seen each other before, and I actually see, are you comfortable with me sharing this with everybody? Yeah, okay. Thank you for being brave. I actually see a lifetime where he was a tiger with you, in a lifetime where you were, you have such a connection to animals. You were really, we didn't always live separately from animals, even wild animals, right? So he was this tiger, and you connected to him in the wild, even, and he would come and visit you, and you would have this interchange and connection, and you would sit even at a distance and talk to him. And um, it's really, really, really beautiful. You were companions in a different way. Um, yeah, I see that, this is not the first time that you've been together, and he said that you'll be together again. That was the message. And that does not always come through. That information is not always given. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, Jen. You did such a beautiful job. How did that feel? How do you feel? Did any of that resonate with you? How was that to hear his message? Mm. He was comforting you. Oh, that love. That's the most powerful love. Yeah. Let me offer you a blessing. Would you like a blessing? Let me check. So right now I'm going to do a reading, everyone, to see what is the best blessing to offer Samantha to help her. So the obvious one would be grief and sadness, but sometimes the root cause could be different. Um, there could be something else that could be better. So I always check and see what blessing to offer. And do you connect to like divine at all, Samantha? To like divine? No, you don't? Okay. There's a message for you. I mean, it can be any kind. It can be in nature or in the stars or in whatever that divine connection is for you. Okay. Is it more nature? Yeah, that's what I heard. Okay. It's like the divine in nature. Okay, great. So there's a message for you from the divine, the nature of the divine. And that's however you connect to it is perfect. It doesn't have to mean God. Dearest one, this is the divine speaking. I love you, and I am sorry that you are facing such a challenge emotionally at this time. Your heart is in need of more love and nourishment as you feel it is broken. It is not broken, but it is feeling the pain of lifetimes of loss in many different ways. This beloved one, Jin, connected to your heart strongly in a way where you are able to access so much more emotion in this moment. It is a gift to be able to bring healing so deeply to your heart. Spend time with me, Mother Nature, the trees, the birds. We love you so deeply. Connect to us often in your healing process. We are always here for you. How? How just means perfect. That's the way I am. Beautiful. Okay. So blessing for your heart. So your heart's not only your physical heart, but obviously, which I know this can be a physical pain, right? It physically feels like your heart is breaking. So we're going to offer you a blessing for your emotional heart, your spiritual heart, and then your physical heart will also get the love too. How does that sound? Good. And in the elements of Chinese medicine, the five elements, the heart is connected. It's a governing organ of our body, but it's also uh, connected to the fire element. And the emotional body of the fire element is joy, and it's also like depression and anxiety. So sometimes when we're so overwhelmed by this heartbreak, those feelings can come up strongly for us. So it's going to bring balance. And what happens is I will turn on the transmissions I have as a practitioner, and I will ask it to go out to you and to offer you a blessing. And it kind of creates this formula, the special information, the messages, the positive source information and messages that you need to transform and release some of that um, negative information that's creating that imbalance. And it's not negative in a way that it's bad, it's just a lower frequency and that's what could create even a deeper imbalance, right? So we want you to be more supported in your heart, in your spiritual, emotional, and physical heart. So close your eyes and just relax. That's your job. And everybody's going to receive like kind of the splash, right? Because the transmission will come through and it will go to Samantha. And this is why we can do it from Colorado to South Africa, is because it's on the soul level. So there's no time or space, and it's a field of source frequency and vibration that will go out to Samantha. But all of us can experience this together. So we're going to say, dear my heart, I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. You have the power to heal and rejuvenate yourself. Do a great job. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to offer the blessing. And I'm just going to do it silently. So I'm going to mute you for a second. Okay. So blessing for Samantha to heal and transform, to heal and rejuvenate her heart, and to transform negative information, energy, and matter that could be affecting her heart on the spiritual, emotional, and physical level. Blessing starts. I'm just going to be silent. So those watching, including Samantha, just open your heart, relax, and just receive. Oh, thank you, thank you. Ooh, short but very powerful. I could feel it. I could just feel the love coming through. So much light. And I saw this kind of wrapping of this golden light around you. And as it did that, it was like expanding and releasing the other stuff that almost felt like it almost feels like an imprisonment to feel like such deep pain. You just can't break out of it. So I saw this setting some of that free along your spinal column. So I don't know if you move your body, if you feel a little bit of difference. And even like it's almost like you have more room to breathe in your being. Um, so maybe take a breath and see if you experience your ability to take a breath a little differently. And also it really released a lot of negative mindset. So what sometimes can happen in a situation like you experienced is then you're just going over these thoughts over and over and over and over, and it and um, it can create a challenge when you're just stuck in that. So I saw a lot of that being released and kind of almost that loop just being broken apart. Um, and then this beautiful just light in the center of your head, of your brain, your mind. And it's just kind of radiating this very soft, beautiful light. So it's just like gently, you know, like a mother would just very softly and beautifully, like very compassionately, um, softening those things, like you would tell a really good friend, like, oh, don't talk about yourself like that, or, you know, don't think that about yourself. It's don't talk about my friend that way, you know, kind of like just guiding that into a different direction. So your awareness of when you're having that thought, if those thoughts continue to pop up, just apologize to yourself too for having that thought. Because when you're having that negative thought, it's natural, but it's also connecting to Jin. It's just creating that um, not positive connection. So we want to try to stay out of that loop. And I got that you received a lot of help in that. It's just so you're not on that loop, because it's like directly connected to then the like contraction in your heart. So a lot of that was released because really the heart houses the mind. This is why what we think is so significant. And it's not like you were consciously trying to do it, it was just happening. Yeah. So, congratulations. How do you feel? Do you have anything you want to share with us at all, or did you experience anything? Good. And how does your back feel? Do you feel lighter in your body? Congratulations. And now when you think of Jin, what how does that feel? Is there a shift in that? Good. Yeah, so continuing to do that practice, when sometimes I do it like in the moment when I have that negative thought or when I start blaming myself or I start going down that path, I kind of just stop and do a little like, I'm so sorry if I created any negativity for you. I forgive you. You forgive me. I forgive myself. I'm not going to, I want to experience our connection in a different way. And you're going to go through your process. So be really compassionate about that for yourself too. Um, because it's so difficult. And I understand now after you sharing that he was only 13 months, I feel like that adds a little bit of a different layer to it. Yeah. But for him, he was loved in like every single moment of that life. So, and I know in South Africa, that's not the case for all of the cats and doggies too, and all over the world. But they don't always get the most loving home that they could possibly have, and he really did. Yeah, he knows he was loved, and he felt that love, and I think that's really important. I can feel it. It's like I have this huge smile on my face now, because he was so so sweet. Well, good. I'm so grateful, and I'm so happy for you that you feel a little bit of that shift. And that's powerful. I think just even having that one moment of peace around it is so priceless. Oh, my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being brave. Everybody send lots of love and gratitude to Samantha for coming and sharing this. This is very brave. If anyone, has experienced this before, how emotional it can be. So we're so grateful that you came on. I know you sharing and showing up today to receive will help so many people because so many people all over the world are going through this all the time. And especially right now, I don't know, we've just been home with our animals. A lot of people have more than regular. And so, and I think that the pets have just been working overtime trying to help us through everything. They have quite the job. So, that presence is definitely noticed when it's not there. But now you can carry it in your heart a little bit differently, is what I'm hearing. And that will create some shifts and some opportunity for you to continue to heal. Do you have a picture of yourself holding him? Okay, good. Yeah, great. So you can spend some time with that too when that feels right for you. Thank you so much, Samantha. Stick around for just a minute. I'm going to close the show. So everybody give Samantha lots of love and gratitude, and also to our beloved buddy of the week, Jin, for coming and sharing his message and taking care of Samantha and sharing that beautiful, beautiful message with all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining this. We did record this a little bit earlier, but I appreciate you joining and commenting. I will go through all the live comments and see. I wanted to also share some support that I'm going to be offering for those of you who want to receive it, who are experiencing what Samantha shared today is this grief and sadness, this loss of your physical the physical presence of your animal companion. I know it can be very, very, very difficult. And so I send you all of my love and I want to support you. I am going to be doing a program for healing from the loss of a pet. You can check that out at soullightpetservices.org. You'll see if you go in my services section, you'll see what's being offered. There's going to be a couple different options to choose. And if you use the code Rainbow Bridge, all one word, just R capitalized and then just Rainbow Bridge, all one word, you can receive a discount. So I'm going to also offer $10 off the services for healing from pet loss and also for a reading. So I also do private animal companion blessing and reading sessions, and this can be really powerful to do if you've lost a pet. It's really amazing. It's a whole hour, and you can use that coupon also for $10 off. If you know someone or have a friend who's struggling with this, reach out to them or maybe get them a gift or see if it's something they would be interested in. I know a lot of people can benefit from this, and I am so, so honored and deeply just moved to be able to do this work and to be able to offer this support. So I'm just the facilitator. The animals and the source does all of the work. Thank you so much for joining. Check that out, soullightpetservices.org. Don't forget to use the code Rainbow Bridge to receive your discount. And feel free to reach out to me too. If anyone's having any challenges, make sure to also join me on Friday for Love and Forgiveness Fridays. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe and follow. And also, if you feel like giving me a thumbs up and liking it, that helps the algorithm so that other people who are looking for pet communication and pet healing will be able to find me much easier. All right, everyone, sending you so, so much love and appreciation, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.